Tell me, what are we talking about today?
Today on Keepin the Geek Bros Shang-Chi special, brought to you by Squeezy Bits, we've got Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings movie review, hot takes, the good, the bad, the ugly, the cast, Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings post-credits discussion. But first, the new PS5 model, Adult Swim teases live-action Rick and Morty, the Russo brothers may not be able to direct another MCU movie because of the Black Widow lawsuit, and Netflix's Q-Force review. All this and more in this week's episode. Stay tuned. You guys gotta stop doing that shit when I'm trying to read. All right.
Watch us on YouTube.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Yes, Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. I'm Vibe, and with me are Man and Squeezy Bits. We are the hosts of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly.
Well, what's going on with the Geek Bros?
You're right. That's my bad. I should have put you on the spot like that. Nothing new under the sun. But the only thing I can say is because I had free time at work, I changed the Geek Bros, intro page on the vibrepstudios.com site. I replaced one caricature with two caricatures. So the artist formerly known as Garbanzo's character has been moved because he's in retirement, and we've put up Juancho, who returned, and
that's who that was.
Yes, Juancho and Madman. So that's about it. That's as much as I've done for the Geek Bros, and I am still slowly but surely working on that page extension, but don't hold your breath. All right, moving on.
Gents, what's on your mind?
We'll do Squeezy Bits first. Tell me something. Give me some good words.
I went swimming today.
Why don't you tell everybody the recommendation that you gave me for the drone for my new high-end client that I have?
I told you don't say that, because then I just recommended like the most beginner drone.
But that's what I am, though. I'm a beginner. I don't do anything big. What, I'm gonna crash a $1,500 drone into a tree?
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't tell people you don't have this license or a drone. You know what? You have a license.
You just did that.
I don't need a license for it yet because I haven't bought a drone yet.
That's true, and you haven't sold any footage yet.
No, I have not. I haven't done anything with it yet.
You might actually be doing this for free, pro bono.
Probably, actually. Who knows? Or no bono if this doesn't fall through. Hence
isn't that how your life is normally with no bono?
Oh
no bono, no bueno.
Man, what's on your mind since you got a slick mouth today, you piece of shit?
Thank you. Nothing special. Just been working weird hours. I had some time off. I'm trying to burn some time. I got a birthday coming up next week.
Your birthday?
No, I got my eldest daughter.
You see how excited I was for a minute because I thought maybe I could get him out socially.
Yeah, no, that's
I don't
not
give a
happening.
shit. I mean, happy early birthday to your daughter.
It's not happening in another 5 months, but
why 5 months?
Because that's when my birthday is, fucker.
No, so I can't hang out with you in person again for 5 months.
Yeah.
All right.
Why? Well, I just said you gotta wait 5 more months.
This is why I say, and I keep saying, and I need more friends.
Wow, you know what? Anyways, it's not about you right now. It's about me.
It's never about me, actually.
I feel like doing my section again. Can I do my section again?
Please, yeah. I hope you do. After Madman's done. Madman's done. What's your section again, Rob?
Wow, I'm not done. And then I've been playing on my PS5. I've been playing Valhalla, so that's been awesome because it's a very.
The only reason why I don't disconnect you from the Zoom meeting is because I know you can't rejoin after disconnect you. That's the only reason why.
I've been hooking up on that Game Pass too. So I've been
all this extra time, ladies and gentlemen, that he has to play his video games that he can't hang out with his boy. Okay, he's my spirit animal, and I'm neglected. Squeezy Bits, you wanted to redo your what's on your mind. Hit it up.
Damn, I kind of lost.
Jesus Christ.
You just
Oh, so this is my first week back from work from getting the gift. You know, if
oh,
I
you
say
had it? You had
Yeah,
it?
I had
I
it.
got it my second time too.
How'd you get it a second time, dude? You're
I-
a piece of crap, dude.
I
Don't
know,
you believe
right?
the earth is flat?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. What does that have to do with me getting it a second time? I got it
Don't
twice.
know.
March and August, bro. Got it twice so far.
Amazing. Oh man. You know, like it's crazy. Like coming back from work, it's kind of a relief from after, because like I'm at home. If I have it, that means everyone else in the family has it. And like I don't have a place to work, and I got to work from home, but it was like twice or three times the work because everybody has it and everyone's home and everyone wants something.
Yeah. Were the symptoms bad for you guys?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah.
I'm also, you know what? That's for another day.
Gotcha. Another day.
I'm super hyper healthy, you know.
Strong like bull.
Who?
Exactly. So what's on my mind is, I already alluded to it, is today, same day we're recording this, I actually had my first meeting with my first high-end luxury realtor, who has tapped me to help build their social media brand from scratch. They heard about me from this, believe it or not, this company that I did pro bono work. They were you guys don't know, I had a damn it, I keep saying, what was it called?
No bono?
Recreational marijuana company, and I built their brand from scratch. And
do you need a photographer?
Yeah, I do.
Is it still for this recreational marijuana?
No, they're done. That was gone. This is where the referral came from. So they contacted me anyway, and I went to his stupid nice house. I'm talking about stupid nice. I'm talking about labyrinth. It was a labyrinth. That thing was so big. So
labyrinth?
things she's never said to me. So that was you should not be nodding. That was a self-deprecating whatever self-deprecating joke that
is this about your house?
No, about the house. Anywho, so now I'm in the market for the first time. I found my excuse to buy a drone, and we meet again in 4 weeks after he writes his script and after he gets his location set down. We do some blocking. So assuming this works out, which it probably will, I've decided that it's time now to get a drone. So I asked my homeboy Squeezy Bits, now that I have a good excuse, because in my line of work or in my line of videography, a drone was never practical. Never practical.
Never.
Now it's practical, because I could at the very least, buy the drone and charge him for at least how much the drone is, but it's got to come out of my pocket first. So that's what I'm looking at now. So I'm really excited about that. I'll let you guys know more about it. I might even turn that drone into some kind of web series. Who knows? Because I have to do something with it. I can't just let it sit there and gather dust. Like most of my equipment behind me that you guys can't see.
It's coming.
That's
coming.
it. Okay? What's coming?
Dude,
Good things are coming.
Nuts.
Good things are always coming, because I am Vibe.
Oh,
Without further ado.
Well, let me speak about this drone real quick. I heard from a rich man, there's 3 F's that you don't spend money on, and you're better off renting. If it floats, if it flies, or if it fucks, you're better off renting it.
How much does it cost? You're such an asshole. that you know what? You should join the Last of the Nice Guys podcast, Synergy. Listen to the podcast. It is fantastic. And you should come on and say that.
Maybe if you guys like cut these into like little more edible never mind. We've had this conversation before. I'm still about like cutting these clips like
into what?
Into sections. You guys have like some awesome content, and sometimes in between there's not so awesome content, but sometimes I just want to cut through.
You mean anything Joe says?
Are you referring which one? Are you referring to this podcast, this specific podcast?
I mean, well, I've heard the other one before, and that one gets pretty interesting, but it's such a large podcast to consume in like one sitting. It's better like, hey, I'll catch like this part.
Well, I mean, the concept of a podcast really should be heard and not seen. That's one. The only reason why I put these on YouTube is because the video is there. Why not put it on YouTube? But I'm just it's a supplemental material. Some people say we have to watch you because you guys are laughing. It's not meant to be watched on YouTube. It really isn't.
I mean, you're going to be on like, like the whole point is to be heard. And, if you have large platforms like, hey, YouTube, that you can get free viewers from,
You're right. But I do snip some of them. Okay, so we're doing the Shang-Chi special. Now we have a bunch of topics we can talk before Shang-Chi. I'm gonna cut out just the Shang-Chi part and make it its own separate Geek Bros video. That's what I do sometimes for some of the content. I do that. Look on the Geek Bros timeline. You'll see some of them are actually excerpts, usually movie reviews, because it's easier to take that out than to have the guys come over and record since they don't want to do that anymore. I do it, but to do that for every episode, hell no. I'll never get anything done.
Doesn't Manny actually have a computer too?
Manny doesn't know how to edit.
Yeah,
he doesn't want me to touch anything. That's the problem.
You know how to edit? Here, Manny, you know what you do? You just rip it off of the YouTube page and then you cut it on your own. Steal the intro.
I started doing it and I was thinking about doing it, but then I was like,
hey,
Jason would probably be like, what are you doing, man?
We're gonna
do that. And then he's gonna show up at my house with like this Mexican look, and I'm gonna get all scared and stuff. And I'm gonna be like,
Cholo.
oh my god, don't do that, man.
Look, you're
stealing my YouTube videos.
You're already causing trouble with your little shorties, okay? So
are you stealing my views, hombre?
So anyway, without further ado, the special starts now. But first, subscribe to our podcast. It's the right thing to do. We're moving on to the fresh scent. Geek Bros approved movies of the week: Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings derivative. Martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of mysterious Ten Rings organization. So we're gonna get into that. But first, the Russo brothers may not be able to direct another MCU movie because of the Black Widow lawsuit. Man.
Oh crap! I didn't realize that this was already up. So
that's what she said.
Because somebody is not looking at the outline.
Oh man, it's there, but yeah.
That's also what she said.
Damn, she keeps saying some dumb
This article comes from IGN.com.
Yes, comes from IGN.com, and according to the article, it's really small actually.
Wow.
Because of the
it's a really small site.
It's a small article. I mean, because of the lawsuit of the Black Widow being released simultaneously through cinema and Disney Plus, Scarlett Johansson, as we all heard, we covered it a little while ago, a few episodes ago, that she is suing Disney, and because of the impasse on negotiations, any further scheduled work for the Russo brothers has been placed on hold. And it's just basically said that there's no further details on it when they are going to make a return to start doing movies again, but they are quite interested in doing movies.
Yeah, me too.
So somehow the negotiations of the Russo brothers has hit an impasse because of the Black Widow lawsuit. I just don't see how those things are where the correlation is between those. Like, why are those two mutually exclusive situations? I wonder what that means.
But I'm guessing it's got something to do with because of how Black Widow came out, because they've done it with several other movies where because of COVID, they've released on both platforms through cinema and Disney.
Well, Shang-Chi didn't.
Yeah,
right.
I think that,
and this is probably why.
Well, it's a better way that they did it that way.
Yeah, and this is more than likely part of the reason why, because they are currently within.
So they're probably basically because basically, from what I understand, is a lot of these contracts, there's a lot of back end points due to additional compensation due to box office revenue.
I don't know if it was additional. I think a majority of her income was going to come from the incentives and stuff like
Scarlett
that.
Johansson, yes, but I mean in general now, most of these contracts, they pay you a smaller fee up front, and then there's incentives and back end points from distribution deals, from digital buying of the DVD. Well, I don't know if the people still buy DVDs, DVD sales, and of course the box office. By putting it on Disney Plus, you strip away a good chunk of the compensation. So I guess that's what it is. Maybe you're right. Is that
you strip away the compensation for Scarlett Johansson, not for? I think I'm pretty sure Disney made money.
No, yeah, exactly. Disney made money, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking. Yeah, for the people that are contract, and I'm pretty sure it's the same goes for high-profile directors. They probably get something too at the back end points. And because Disney does not have to share and do not share their audience, their views, their I guess do they still call them Nielsen ratings for streaming platforms? I don't know.
I believe
They don't share those, so nobody can really know. Okay, well, you owe me this much because X amount of people watched on Disney Plus. Or you
and
I'm sure
they made tons more money with the having released it on Disney Plus, because that's what was it, like $40.
Yeah.
But if you go to the movies, each ticket is not even that much. But when you buy a movie ticket, all that revenue it gets dispersed. And I'm sure Disney Plus was like, oh, $4 from a movie.
Yeah, as opposed to a straight solid $30 per person. You're right, because it is true they share the revenue with the with the movie theater. So that sucks, but hopefully they figure that out. I mean, I guess Shang-Chi being released by itself in theaters is I guess a good step forward. Who knows? I mean, I have not.
I think that was better. That was executed a lot better than how they executed Scarlett Johansson's movie. Jesus Christ! But it really sucks that the Russo brothers aren't going to be able to direct anything before anything gets settled.
I mean, I think it's also pretty good because their magnum opus was Endgame, right? So go out on top. You might just burn yourself out and screw yourself over. So go out on top and call it a day. And just know that probably no one will ever hit the highs of actually Infinity War. Infinity War was shit. So we'll see what happens.
Wasn't like the Russo brothers one of the first openly gay characters to ever be released on a Marvel?
Yes, one of them played a gay character in Endgame.
Endgame,
yeah, where he said it, and I was just like, oh, cool, whatever. So,
way to make a highlight out of that moment.
One of their daughters plays Hawkeye's daughter. I forget what her name is. Hawkeye's main daughter is a Russo daughter. They put her in there. That's why her acting is kind of meh. But he's the one. Has anybody seen the Hawkeye series trailer?
Yes. Are we going to talk about this eventually?
No. Yes, we are in a real episode. So, but we'll throw it in there.
This is not a real episode.
This is a special.
This is a special. You're special, dude.
Yeah, but we haven't recorded an episode in like a couple of weeks. So
2-3 weeks. I know.
This should be like
a return to form, a reboot. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. All right, moving on.
I guess that's why I feel really bad about this. That's why this like makes such an impact because of how big Endgame was. But honestly, after Endgame, I don't know what else they directed.
Exactly. Like, well, they're probably the Kang Wars. They're gonna do the Kang Wars. All right, we're moving on to Netflix's Q-Force review. This is all man, because I have no idea what that is. See, I'm letting you review something I've never seen. Okay, come on.
This is horrible. You know why? Why?
Q-Force?
Okay, first of all, did you guys like even see and notice that this was on Netflix?
No.
I don't have Netflix.
No.
Wow. Okay.
I'm still waiting to watch Outer Banks season 2.
But what's going on with this Q-Force thing?
Hold on. Let me.
Oh, hold on, Jesus. But Jesus.
No.
So the drone that I want to get is something that I always. That's all I want to talk about is this drone because
there it is. I found it.
I actually got to
change your background. This is a Shang-Chi special.
I always change my background. When we talk about Shang-Chi, I'll put it back, okay?
I get to put this because this is Boba and they talked about Boba.
You get to put that up there because I've given up on you following any instructions for this podcast. That's why you get to put that up there.
So, anyways, back to Q-Force. It is a Netflix, obviously, animated
I miss the good old days when the Geek Bros used to wear geek shirts on the podcast. I remember when that used to be a thing.
Or like just show up.
You want me to change my...
Oh, shit! No, not right now, man. We don't have time for this shit. This is why you guys should watch us on YouTube. The law. That's why you should watch us on YouTube because despite what Squeezevich says, these long uncut nonsense is because I'm not cutting these. It's not happening.
Yeah, but imagine if these were was that Dolly Parton I just saw there?
Yeah, it was.
There you go.
What shirt is that? Pokemon?
It's Deadpool upside down.
Deadpool.
Tacos. All right, so there. Are you happy now?
Anyways, you would have put that on the get-go.
Give it the beans.
Back to Q-Force. It is a Netflix animated show. It's actually pretty funny. Wanda Sykes is actually this one right here. It is about
I can't stand Wanda Sykes' voice. Carry on.
Anyways, this is why no one likes you, man. Come on.
That is true.
So, it is a FBI force. It's it's a team of FBI agents that is actually made up completely of LGBTQ plus individuals. And it's actually pretty funny. It's openly queer. It's openly funny.
Wait, is David Harbour in there? And is he openly gay in real life?
David Harbour?
What?
No.
I just looked up David Harbour, the big dude in he was in that Scarlett Johansson
Harbour.
movie.
He is not
Harbour.
openly gay, but he does play. He actually plays one of the straight agents, if that makes it better for you.
Oh,
But
I mean, if everyone's gay, then no one's really gay, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. No one's
but,
even really gay.
I enjoyed it. It was actually pretty comical.
I bet it was.
Definitely. If you are anti-queer, I apologize. Do not watch this. And again,
or maybe you should watch it.
Yeah, you definitely learn something. My favorite character is Benji, which is this guy right here. This guy.
That's a dude.
Yes, and he's actually the master of disguise. He is a drag queen. Constantly can change his appearance with clothes, his face, his voice. It's actually he's a what do they call him? Damn it, I can't think of the word. But
because you're insensitive.
No, I'm not insensitive. It's just it's not a slang term that I use because I am not queer. So,
but you are the father of a queer son.
Yes,
and because,
I am.
And because of that, you are superior and should know this.
No,
and he has daughters.
Maybe is he like are you like
you know what? This
Harrison Ford where you're like
the
queer
wrong
sensitive?
podcast for this inside joke. I just realized it. See, this is what happens when I'm blending too many things together.
Wait. So
I'm
like
sorry.
you're like
what
Harrison
were you saying,
Ford
Joe?
where you're queer sensitive.
What were you saying?
He's like Harrison Ford where he's queer sensitive.
Allegedly.
Wait, is it Harrison Ford in Star Wars that's sensitive? Huh? Never mind. Oh, it's the black guy that came off of the Jedi suit. Sorry, I don't Star Wars.
What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, crystal meth is one hell of a drug.
I wish you would share, but you're friggin'.
Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. My skin's way too nice for crystal meth. Plus, I have nice teeth.
Shit.
Okay, actually, wait. It's not Benji. Wow, I just completely forgot.
Wow.
Anyways, it's funny. It's very, very well played out for the queer community. Shout out to the LGBTQ plus all the letters and colors and rainbows.com. This was definitely, it was greatly made. I enjoyed every part of it. I loved it. You guys, again, I would suggest watching it if it may not be your cup of tea, but maybe you'll learn something from the queer community. If it's not your thing at all, hey, whatever, don't watch something else. That's fine. I'm not gonna get mad. I enjoyed it. I give it a 2 thumbs up and a 10 stars and whatnot.
Well, thank you so much for that. We're gonna move on to Adult Swim teases live action Rick and Morty. Have you guys seen those little clips?
Twink. Sorry.
What'd you call me?
You can't use that word. Only Squeezy can use that word.
That's his name. His name is Twink because he's a twink.
Sorry, that is highly problematic.
It's his character's name. It's not my fault.
I understand, but it's highly problematic.
It's not problematic if that's his name.
Okay. So I want you to use it. Use it and don't feel any kind of way about it.
I will. So after that, what are we discussing? Are we gonna get live action Rick and Morty? Are we talking about the next thing after that?
Yes, the live action Rick and Morty. Yes. Wow, you have a background for everything. Like your biggest focus is like having like backgrounds. But I love the fact that Doc, what's his name?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I've heard before this that he's always wanted to play.
I have never heard
Rick.
that.
What?
Really?
Yes, this is a thing. He likes it. Like it really? I mean, it is. Yes. He loves the fact that it's a parody of that Rick and Morty. Yeah, is a parody of Back to the Future, and he's always wanted to play this Rick character, and it's pretty awesome. I as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, best commercials ever. I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition because I don't know if that man's got enough energy to
Yeah,
shoot.
no, yeah, he's really. I mean, I didn't realize how old he got. He got really old.
Yeah. Oh man, my childhood is like hurting. My kids love that movie too. I have them watch it.
Which movie?
Back to the Future.
You have
the
them watch
best.
Back to the Future?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, you guys are fantastic. What's happening here? Okay,
that's not true. I watched the entire trilogy with my offspring last year, so I get it.
Yeah, but your offspring are like what, 18, 19? You're about to be like a empty nester, dude.
I am, believe it or not. I'm gonna have an empty nest by 39. It's gonna be fantastic.
Are you gonna be hurting or something? No, you're 39. No. Yeah. Empty nest at 39 is fine.
It's nothing. Empty nest at 39 is nothing.
But like at least now you have people that love you. Soon you'll have no one around you that loves you.
Why did I do this to myself? So what do you guys think? I mean, do you think they're gonna pull this off? They're gonna actually make this real? This is just a teaser for the hell of it. What do you think they're doing? Because I know they did 2 different skits. And...
In my heart of hearts, I want it to happen, but up here in all of this vast emptiness, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Man, sorry.
Thank you. I don't think he cares enough. I don't like the boy character.
Listen, I was gonna say the same thing. I'm not so sure about this guy. I forgot his name already because he's not important to me.
Morty.
I hate you. But yeah, I don't think Doc's got much energy to.
That's messed up.
Pull off.
Why'd you have to say it?
I think for these static shots, he's fine. What you do is you get a double
full on episodes,
right? But for full on episodes, you just CGI his face onto a stunt double for all the running and jumping and all that stuff that Rick actually does.
They should make him breaks in the show.
They should make what?
They should have him in like the breaks of like the show. You know how like anime has like the chibi, anime.
Oh, you mean like the in between commercial?
Yeah, they're called bumpers. Yeah, you mean
they should do the reverse. They should do the reverse.
Oh.
You know you'd watch it even more.
Hell yeah, I would watch it. Then I would do a match. I would put all the cuts together.
These commercials actually got my wife into watching Rick and Morty. It's fantastic. Really? Yeah. She loves Christopher Lloyd.
Why she never watched it before?
She didn't like it because it was kind of gory and he's kind of a disgusting character. She didn't like Rick. She didn't like Rick as a character, and like he's kind of a polarizing character. All he does is burp and drink and get his grandson into trouble and stuff like that.
Does she know who she married?
Because
Shang-Chi, I think is who she thinks.
Because Squeezy Bits is completely different.
Sure,
he's completely different.
I live with the man.
Not be that.
I live with the man. I know better.
Right, but when a man gets wifed up and offspringed out, you get to fake your life.
Manny's been there in the beginning too.
Before your wife whipped you into shape. I understand.
Yeah, circles are shapes. She used to keep. I used to wear a small. I think her goal was to get me to wear mediums because she just bought all my clothes in mediums, and now I'm pretty much a large.
Oh. We are moving on. Like we can still talk about. Let's before we get to Shang-Chi, is what we're really here for.
My bad.
I told myself this is gonna be a half an hour episode, half an hour on my ass. All right, the new PS5 design rumor is what I'm gonna call it because I never heard anything about it.
Is it a rumor? No, it's a real thing that's already happened. Get it?
Fine, it's real, but I didn't ever heard about it. So until I can see it, it's rumor. Go, man.
Oh man, so it's actually a 2-part topic because the other thing I forgot to bring up because we never recorded before was the PS4 PS5 upgrade on games that they decided to not do, that they're going to finally stop doing after the new Horizon game, Forbidden West. After that, they are no longer upgrading for free any PS4 games that are out for the PS5. That's part one. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up because
what do you mean by upgrading? What do you mean by upgrading?
So if you know the game itself. So let's say you have a PS4.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain it to you. Shut up.
You talking to me like Quanto talks to me, okay? Watch it now. Now.
Let's say you get a PS4 game that also came out on the PS5. So for instance, the Miles Morales game. correct? So came out on both of them. If you insert the PS4 version of that game into the PS5, it will already automatically upgrade to the PS5 version of that game.
Really?
I'm ignoring you. Yes. They've been doing it with some of their releases. They opted to stop doing it with their new release for the Horizon Forbidden West game. But with so much backlash, because the PS5s had been very difficult to purchase, they finally decided to say, fine, we'll do it for Horizon Forbidden West, but this will be the last game we will be doing this for. Mm-hmm. So they will no longer be doing this after Horizon. Now, the only reason why I bring it up is because Sony hates their fans, hence the continuation of the topic. They go and release a new model for the PS5. The only freaking difference is that the damn thing is lighter and overheats more. There is no performance difference whatsoever.
So
there is.
Yeah.
There is. Well,
yeah.
All right.
You can't play as long.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, technically, right. So Austin Evans did a pretty good breakdown of this. He took two PlayStation 4 models, PlayStation 5 models side by side, and he broke them down, and to try to figure out where this weight saving came from, and they found out that is from the heatsink. The heatsink on the newer model is missing about 30% more mass, and when you benchmark the games, you can actually see the temperatures, and it is like a 4 degrees Celsius or something like that. 4 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius, 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. So maybe that affects your longevity. Maybe it doesn't. But you know what it does affect? If you play long enough, the PS5 will throttle itself. Like most technology nowadays, it will throttle itself so it doesn't kill itself.
So for all of you non-nerds, 4 degrees Celsius is 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a very large difference in heat.
So what you're saying is that it doesn't pay to get the redesigned model because it's probably going to wear itself out worse than the original model. And
yes,
but please, I don't know if I'm making up those 4 degrees Celsius, but it's a pretty significant number that I heard. I don't think you have a choice.
What do you mean?
You have no choice of which model you're going to get. Because if you don't have a PS5 now, it's too late. Your only choice is to get that newer model. This is their way of actually making money on their consoles because they're not making it on softwares. On softwares? Is that a proper way to?
They do make money on softwares. They always sell their consoles at a loss in hopes that they'll make money on software.
Well, they recently reported that they're no longer taking a loss on any of those consoles.
Yes.
And who here has a PS5?
I don't got one.
Well, that's one. I hate you, by the way. I hate you. But yeah, man.
But that's the reason why.
I hope you choke on that controller.
Because they are so difficult. They're so difficult to get because they're constantly being bought out by scalpers.
Yeah.
And they're constantly being sold out that no one can get their hands on them. So they're taking a loss in the software because people are still buying games for their PS4 console. And they're trying to get this going, but they can't because people are still going for the PS5s.
Oh, it's going.
Which they also said they are no longer going to be producing PS4. So that's done too.
I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get that PS5.
Yeah,
hurry up.
Yeah, I get it.
Get it in my door.
They stopped producing PS4s, but they don't have sufficient amount of PS5s, so they're making no money.
I think in their previous history, like when Sony's actually made any kind of changes to their current their generation of, the current generation of their consoles, they've never actually made an improvement unless you're talking about the PS2. Where they did the flip up model. Remember when it went from the slide in the ejection thing, and then instead they replaced it with the flip up model, where the cap of the top it moved up,
just like the PS1 did.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And the best PS1s were like the first ones that came out because you can do the swap trick and play all the Japanese and bootleg video games.
All right. So
PS1 was crap.
So this is the end of
I forgot
of Man's participation.
No, he says wait. You hold your place there.
Hold on, I
We're
forgot.
hijacking this.
I don't know why I keep doing this.
Oh damn, dude. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say anything, Vibe. I'm sorry. I should have
All
backed
right,
you up
we're
on
now
this one.
moving on
Yes.
to our Shang-Chi review. So if you wouldn't mind putting back your goddamn Shang-Chi background.
Shang-Chi, right here. This is your Shang-Chi right here.
All right,
Okay,
here we go. All right, we're ready to go. So, all right, we're moving on to the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings review. Now, I'm just going to reread the synopsis real quick. Martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. We're going to do the usual, the good, the bad, the ugly, the cast, and we're going to do a little bit of hot takes at first, just to give you a quick review of what we thought about Shang-Chi. Now, this ends Man's participation, but he'll just, he'll react. Look at him. Look at him. So, hot take, Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings. Hot take, go. Man, Squeezy Bits.
Hot take.
Yeah, what do you think of it? Good. Give me 1, 2, 3 sentences.
It was great. It was fantastic. Okay. Marvel does a great job with making these unknown characters. And hey, if it's not Wolverine, Spider-Man, Iron Man, or any of those, they're unknown characters. And they did a fantastic job bringing up Shang-Chi. It's better than Captain Marvel and Ant-Man, but maybe on the same level as Doctor Strange. If not, maybe a little better. The movie reminded me a lot of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It was fantastic. Lots of, maybe the worst part was, hey, it's a lot of Asians. I'm a little tired of that. I have a little Asian fatigue going on. I'm just kidding. I keep carrying that card, but it was okay. It was a surprise. I wasn't expecting much from this movie when I went to go see it, but I'm glad I went to go see it. It was pretty good. 7 out of 10 would do it again.
We don't do that, but thank you.
Oh, we don't do those?
No, we definitely don't. Now we will.
Squeezy Bits recommends every bit.
Yes, every bit. I thought this movie was going to suck. The trailers sucked. The concept sucked. The I don't know, the weird creatures in the end of the trailer sucked. I was pleasantly surprised. Not as pleasantly surprised as I was with Black Panther, but this movie rocked ass. Okay, I actually enjoyed it. It was a mixture. Actually, in the opening scene, all I wanted to play was Dynasty Warriors. That's it. It literally was live action Dynasty Warriors. The opening scene with the Mandarin, whatever his real name is, Ching Wu. What was it?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, that opening scene, you can't tell me that didn't scream Dynasty Warriors. I loved every minute of it. It was great.
I thought it was a little bit of disrespect. Like all I wanted to do was get on my phone and play video games.
No, it's not disrespect. It's just that it was like watching live action Dynasty Warriors, and then you got a little bit of Marvel flair, and it ends with entering the Kanto region of Pokemon. So you can't beat that. I literally saw Ninetales in it. You saw a Ninetales. It was literally going into the Kanto region of Pokemon. The movie was really good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Aquafina, I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this. She was great. She was the
best part of that movie almost.
Exactly, believe it or not. And I can't stand her. So my hot take is go check it out. It actually is. It is pleasantly surprising, and it was a joy. I laughed, I cried, and it fits really nicely into. It was a better origin story than Ant-Man. I totally agree. So let's get to the actual meat and potatoes.
Oh, okay.
The good. Squeeze bits. The good.
You remember? I loved how they brought back the guy from Iron Man 3. You know how he played the Mandarin.
Yes.
I love how that came back full circle.
Yes.
Their writers.
His name is Trevor.
Trevor Slattery. Yes. They brought Trevor Slattery back, and it was not just a glorified cameo. It wasn't.
I'm looking forward to seeing this guy more and more in the series.
I better bring him back. I thought he was only going to show up at that one particular scene, and then he'd say, "Okay, here's your way to go," and that's it. No, he was in the last third of the movie. I couldn't believe that.
Wait, that's not my good yet, though.
That is the good.
No.
Keep going. We're not done
Okay,
yet. You
so I have
say all your goods. But
Oh,
I'm chiming in with you.
you know, like the best part of all right, honestly, how the movie is created, you're expecting Marvel stuff like, oh, it's gonna be like super serious, and then they're gonna break it up with some sort of comedy. I think they placed. I thought Aquafina was gonna break all the good like heavy scenes, and she was gonna break it with some sort of comedy. Like, no, she's actually showed a little bit of depth in her acting, and she's not just a comedian. She added a different layer to it.
She expressed sincerity, vulnerability. She expressed
I forget you're into Asians.
What did she say? No, shut up. Well, not her. At least I didn't think not her. No, but she expressed she wasn't obnoxious. She was human. She was normal. Like any other thing I've seen her play was obnoxious, annoying. It grated me the wrong way. She played a real person in this movie. Carry on with your good.
That was probably like the best part. That was great. I think Aquafina was probably my favorite part about Shang-Chi. Aside from like, hey, Asian representation, it's always great. It's benefited me through this whole COVID-19. You know, everyone's watching these Korean dramas. They're all stuck at home watching Netflix. And hey, my best features are above my nose. Check that out. And I get to wear a mask all day. Sorry.
The good for me was just absolutely was Aquafina. There were these certain moments when you saw vulnerability in her face that I was just like, oh. I listen, I never have been attracted. I have never been attracted to Aquafina until this movie. I was like, oh my God, she's gorgeous.
You're like, oh my God.
I never noted this before. Like she's attractive. And she was just so cute in this movie. And I was like, yes, I want her. The only other time that I actually felt like I was physically blushing at an actress was when Gal Gadot was doing Wonder Woman. She had these moments of vulnerability, and you're like, oh, you know. So Aquafina was absolutely the good in this movie. Absolutely, she was funny. She wasn't obnoxious. She played a real character, in my opinion, and that's what was going to turn me off. It was like, the only parts they put in the trailer was her being the same annoying character I've seen her play with. Nope. That was few and far in between.
Oh,
also the good was Fala Chen, the mother of Shang-Chi. She played the mother. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, beautiful. Jesus Christ, beautiful. I couldn't stop looking at her either. She was great, absolutely great. I enjoyed Michelle Yeoh too. She was actually she was fun. Yes, Ben Kingsley coming back as the Mandarin was hilarious. Some people say he overstayed his welcome. I thought he was great. I literally thought he was just going to be a cameo. His presence was welcomed, and it was fun. And it was good to see him have a good chunk of time. He didn't do anything. The movie could have been just fine without him. Don't get me wrong, but it was fantastic. I also enjoyed seeing Abomination again. He looks a little different. Yeah. He evolved a little bit.
Thanks for ruining it for people. You know, that was that in the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't in the trailer, but there was a lot of clips about with.
No, there was. Abomination was in the trailer.
Oh no, yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was in the trailer. So was Wong.
You saw him and Wong fighting in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. The story was pretty good. It was another one of those father-son dramas. It wasn't as good as Black Panther, i.e., I didn't cry with this, but I felt a little something near the end when the end happened with the end. So what else was good? I think.
Oh, dude, I mean, like, you know, how can you say like Tony? You don't like the Mandarin?
What do you mean?
You don't like it? I thought he was fantastic as like a protagonist or an antagonist. Like he was like an antagonist you can relate to, almost like a Thanos level.
How so?
Because you can understand like where he's coming from. Like
no.
Unlike, well, you also hate women or something like that. Don't
what?
Unless they're
no, it has nothing to do with that. He was a bad guy. Hold on.
Okay.
He was a bad guy at first. Okay. I allude to the Dynasty Warriors intro. He was a bad guy. I would relate to him if he was a good guy. Then she, spoiler alert,
you know, he's a terrorist. He still played it. He played the leader of an organized mob.
Correct.
Or an
I know,
organized
no.
gang,
What you're saying
like
is that he was identified.
He's an actor.
What you said was that his antagonistic role was identifiable, but no, it wasn't because
I mean, doesn't that make a good antagonist? Because
What?
hey, you know what? Thanos was technically right.
no, he was right, but
Thanos, right? So
he
was
became no.
so was the
Thanos
Mandarin.
no, oh, Jesus Christ. Thanos became a villain by circumstance. The Mandarin, I forget what his real name was. He was the villain. Period.
Trevor.
He was not Trevor. We're talking about Tony Ling Shu
Tony
damn it.
Ling.
Don't stop. Don't you can do it. I can't do that.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
In the story, he was a bad guy, met the mother, became a good guy, mother dies, becomes a bad guy again. See what I'm saying? So I don't identify with that because all she did was temper him. All it means that his turn to the light side was temporary, and it relied exclusively on the love of this woman. Not even the love of his children, just the love of the woman. So I would identify with him more if he was a good guy, married, had the kids.
Zhu Wenwu?
Who was that?
Is that who you're talking about?
No. Fa La Chen played the
Tony Lang.
other. Tony Leung Chiu I.
Is
the actor's name, or you want the character's name?
It doesn't matter. The point is
the Mandarin. He plays a fantastic man. Can you please watch this movie and tell me if he's not a protagonist or an antagonist? He's definitely not a protagonist. He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
I never said he was a good guy. But what you're saying is that he was his turn to the dark side or whatever, his antagonistic goals were identifiable, and I disagree. He's the bad. He's part of the bad for me.
Part of the problem. What?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's where we disagree.
Okay. Any more good before we move on to the bad? The bad. The Mandarin. The Mandarin was bad. He was a generic bad guy. Very generic. Yes, sure. He has some vulnerabilities. Yes, spoiler, he was being controlled. But the simple fact of the matter is, though, whatever control was controlling or messing with him didn't make him put the rings back on. Didn't make him go on a bloodbath. No, had nothing to do with that. It was him going back to his old ways. He even said it. Your mom thought I could change. I guess I could not. Come on now. So he was a generic bad guy. He was generic. I mean, the acting was great. I saw the emotions in his face, especially near the end, fighting. I don't know, the frost giant dragon, whatever. But I just think that there was no nuance to his character. Thanos set the high bar for antagonists, for villains. And if you don't have that nuance, that's it. Everybody else just falls flat, and he fell flat for me. Bad for you?
I can't believe that you said that about him. Like, the thing is about him, like, I can totally relate to him. Like, if I lost my wife, I would go crazy, and I would believe every single thing I could. Just little hope would set that kind of fire to me.
That's not what I'm saying, though. You believe
you're saying a lot of word salad to not say that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're saying you're completely ignoring his backstory. He was a bad guy in the beginning. He turned good because of her and went back to being bad again. He wasn't a good guy in the beginning, then turned bad because he lost her. You see what I'm saying? So he just went back to his old ways. That's all he did. Always
bad. I mean, like, people don't really change.
That's my point. So you identify with somebody that's born naturally evil?
I kind of consider myself a little evil, but whatever. I mean,
this is my fault. I brought him on this podcast.
You're a bad guy, and that doesn't make you a bad guy. Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, I get it. Please, the bad.
I really
man, pretend like you watched this movie and give us something.
I'm trying to figure out, like, if I thought anything bad of it. I guess it would be the CGI. I don't know. CGI. Everything. Yeah, a little bit. I could do without CGI, but I guess the entire ending was CGI, and that kind of irks me a little.
That's how all these movies go. They always end in a big CGI clusterfuck. Always.
Yeah, it's their fault too for making something like the Avengers and the Endgame and all that stuff where you can actually see people fight. I didn't really like that ending part.
Not at all.
I mean, I liked it, but I didn't. I mean, if I'm really nitpicking, I didn't like the whole looking for CGI. That was it. That's it. That's it. Like the whole CGI part.
I agree. The CGI was it lackluster. Like there's some parts in the bus fight, which by the way belonged in the good. The bus fight was legit.
Yeah,
that was the best part.
There's way too many good things to actually. There's a lot of things that I remember that were good.
No, there's way more good. I mean, the bad. I mean, yeah, the CGI took a hit. Took a hit somewhere. Like there's some parts of that bus fight where you knew that was CGI, and it took you out of it for a second, but only for a second. But other than that, there wasn't really anything bad about it. Mediocre, the main character was mediocre.
Yeah,
it was very mediocre. It wasn't bad, but I'll put it in the bad section. He was very mediocre. I didn't feel his struggle. I didn't feel his pain to be brought back into that world. I didn't feel his connection to his father. I didn't feel his sorrow when his father, spoiler alert, dies. I didn't feel any of that.
Wow.
It's a spoiler. This is a spoiler review.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel any of that whatsoever. Not even when he was airbending or waterbending. None of that. I felt none of that. So
the rings are kind of cheap. I think the rings are kind of cheesy. I wish that he would have his own kind of powers. Like, hey, throw a fireball or something.
Well, they did do like their own version of a Kamehameha. So
yeah. Question. I got a question.
Yep.
You guys are about spoiling everything, and I don't really care because.
Yeah, but we're doing it out of sync. You're not going to appreciate. You still have to watch the movie.
You should totally watch it.
I can watch the movie and still get spoiled. I mean, spoilers. So these, I'm not familiar with the comics at all.
Neither am I.
I think that's the best part about that's what Disney's been doing with all their movies recently. They've been hitting it out of the park with their second class. Yeah. Like who the hell are the Guardians of the Galaxies?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I didn't know who they were either.
Or Thor. Who thought Thor was going to be awesome?
Everybody know who Thor was.
Everyone knows who Thor is through Greek mythology. No one knew him as a Marvel character. Okay, go ahead. Go with your question though.
What significance do these?
Who the hell is Black Panther?
It's just a power.
Yeah, I think each one of them.
It's just a power.
Oh well, the 10 rings. There's 10. He wears 10 rings, 5 on each arm.
Yeah,
and they grant him power.
But you only ever see the same one power or the same 2 powers. That's it.
I don't know how that works. But I think all the Chinese symbols are, I don't know which Mandarin or Cantonese.
There's no Chinese symbols on it. It's not Chinese.
Oh, my bad. Okay, in the thing, I think they all stand for power of sharp, power of something.
Yeah, they're supposed to be different. There's supposed to be different powers. From what I understand, the 10 rings were actually real rings in the comic books, but because they had just done the Infinity Gauntlet, they thought it was gonna be too close, so they decided to change it to 10 bracelets. So 5 bracelets on each side, and when they glow the way they glow in your background, they look like the rings in Sonic the Hedgehog. I swear to God. But anyway,
he basically what you're saying is he is like Sonic the Hedgehog, and he turns supersonic when he collects all 10 rings. And
unlike Captain Marvel, we don't see the full power of the 10 rings. We don't. We don't see it. I know we don't see the full power.
And he actually develops his own kind of thing. You should watch the movie. Screw it.
Yeah,
totally watch it. I think
watch the movie.
Okay,
it's not on the level of Black Panther. Definitely not.
Nowhere close.
But
it's definitely better than the first Ant-Man. It's definitely better than Captain Marvel's origin story. It's definitely better than who else's origin story.
It's up there with Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange.
I'd say it's on par with Doctor Strange.
It's on par with Doctor Strange. I would say slightly better, and I'm not forward for Asian stuff all the time. Since Jackie Chan has turned communist, there hasn't really been any kind of kung fu Asian stuff around aside from these. Well, Korean dramas have been around, and that kind of softened the look for Asians. This kind of brings us back into athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, he actually, speaking of Jackie Chan, he pulls out some moves that are eerily similar to Jackie Chan because the choreographer, rest in peace, he died. He actually choreographed a lot of the whole Jackie Chan moves. So you actually see some moves that you have seen in Jackie Chan movies, especially Rush Hour. I remember seeing a lot of the moves from Rush Hour. So especially
it's great, bringing back the choreographed fight scenes that are really pretty. The fight scenes are I would probably hit this guy, or some people, MMA people would be like, yeah, that's bullcrap. But like for cinematics, there's nothing like watching kung fu.
Exactly. It's really cool.
Kung
Let's
fu or
let's
whatever it
let's
is.
hit the
Sorry.
ugly, and I'll start right now. The
Oh,
ugly.
you have ugly. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Because
Okay.
as soon as I saw it, I said, "God damn it!" Marvel has a problem with their end scenes where it tends to be that the antagonist and the protagonist are fighting each other, and they have the exact same powers. I hate that. First Iron Man did it, Black Panther did it, and I mean, they all did it. It's just the same powers. And yes, and you see it in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler alert, but in the end, they're fighting for control. They're not fighting for control, but they have 5 rings each at the end, and they're just fighting each other with the same goddamn powers. One looks like friggin' Sonic stuff, and one looks like purple goo. So it's Ivan Ooze versus Sonic, Supersonic, and I just sat there like, no, you could have made this so much different. Why are we doing the same old thing? Like, you know what it is? It's basically Ant-Man versus the Yellow Jacket, literally.
Or Iron Man and fake Iron Man in the first one.
Yeah. Except Killmonger, not Killmonger, Ironmonger, which is what it was a little bit only slightly different. But when I say it's just them doing the exact, it's like, look, I hate that part. I was like, why? Why are we doing this? So that was the ugly for me, is that Marvel's got to stop doing that. You've got to find another way to have a meaningful battle with 2 opposing characters without them having the same exact powers. It's boring. There's no dynamic. It's just, okay, well, who's going to figure out how to use it slightly different that catches the other person off guard? That's all it is. That was completely ugly for me. Squeezy.
Mine is still with the CGI, and I guess I could go into a little more detail in it.
Okay.
It's one thing if like a person is fighting CGI, right? Or like a person is fighting a model that has been modified with CGI.
Why? You didn't like the Pokemon battle at the end?
No, that was disgusting. I really hate that. That's like, like when Colossus fights the Juggernaut.
Right.
In
when Deadpool says big CGI battle.
Yeah,
here.
like it was funny when he said it. It's like, okay, right, that's cool. But like when they make it happen in like Shang-Chi and stuff like that, it was a little cheesy. Like I got the cheese ball, I got the cheesy feeling out of it.
Here's the problem. I don't know if you noticed that, because I tend to do this on purpose. I tend to look at the background actors fighting the CGI monsters to see if they're actually hitting anything, and you can tell they're just swinging wildly at nothing, and they digitally added it in post. Like you watch them, they're not saying, okay, you swing to the right, there's gonna be something there. They're just swinging around, and it doesn't look natural at all. And it is so funny. I love looking in the background when they have those big CGI fights, and to save money. Wherever they save money, they moved the 2 of them way over there. So at first, the big CGI battle was up front, and then they were in the temple, so you saw it in the background. And then they shot all the way across to the rocks. You didn't see it at all anymore. Wow. I was like, well done. You guys are saving money on budget. That was pure budget. I loved it. I loved every minute of that.
I can't do the CGI though. That's it. Like they should have been. I mean, overall, that's really nitpicking. That's just really forcing the whole like. If I'm trying to find something.
I mean, I don't think that's nitpicking. If the CGI wasn't up to par, we're in current year. It should be damn near spot on now.
I mean, the CGI. It's not. It was bad. It's just you knew it was CGI.
Yeah, it was distracting sometimes.
Yeah, you lost immersion a little bit.
Yeah,
but that's it. That's something
I lost immersion when the Pokemon Ninetales looked at the camera and winked. That's when I lost immersion. So. So what kind of Pokemon are you?
So apparently these are like the monsters that you see there are actually from their mythology, which is kind of, hey, you can actually look that up. It's pretty cool. That's what's cool. Like, the headless corgi dog thingy that they have going on there. That's part of their mythology and history and stuff like that. And
got your mythology right here. Let's move on to the cast. Who's your favorite cast member?
Aquafina.
Okay, mine too. Why? Okay, I told you why, because I finally have a crush on her. Finally, why did you enjoy her?
I mean, she was a good break. Like she didn't break up all the good moments, like I thought she was. I was expecting.
Right.
But it was.
I don't think she broke up any moment though.
No, I mean,
and her character had an arc, and it felt like she actually learned something. You know what I'm saying?
probably had a better arc than the main character. It's like,
Yes, the main character didn't have a
let me
fucking
just
arc.
learn more kung fu. That
No,
was
his arc was you've got to rectify the two halves of your nature, your father and me, and bring them together to be the man that you're supposed to be. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because spoiler alert, he lied originally in saying that he didn't kill the murderer of his mother, but then he did, and he was hiding it. And once he accepted that, apparently
I thought he was gonna do that afterwards or something like that.
What?
I thought he didn't do it yet.
No, he did it. He
Oh.
told Katie that I'm not who I think I'm not who you think I am.
Wow, more spoiler. Okay.
So.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
fine.
did.
I don't care. I will watch it.
He's not watching it.
You
I'll
should
take.
tell me what.
I'm going to take him to watch it.
The thing is, I will watch it in my own manner and form. I will not go outside.
Why not?
Why? You afraid?
I don't care for theaters.
You should get the gift, dude.
I used
Just
to
get the
work
gift.
I used to work at a movie theater. So
but how long ago was that?
It's my first job. So
that was a long time ago.
It was a rough experience.
So get over it.
I'm not over it.
You should be on the other side.
Okay. So we said Aquafina. Anybody else?
Who's that guy that played the Mandarin in the previous? Trevor. Yeah,
I'm an actor.
I mean, he's funny.
Ben Kingsley. Kingsley.
He's fantastic.
He was funny.
Are you about to say the mom? You're about to say the mom, aren't you?
No, because she was fine, but I like her because she was beautiful. That's it, but not because her acting was anything quite spectacular. I like the fight scene between Michelle Yeoh's character and Shang-Chi's. That was kind of cool a little bit, but nobody else stood out.
I think the dad is actually a better whoever played the dad. I forget his name. Tony something.
Ling Xiu-wai. Wow.
Gesundheit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think he kind of like he was a better character than the lead. But what's cool about the lead? He made me realize that
I'll concede to that. He was a better character than the lead. The lead was a wooden plank. Yeah,
the lead made me realize that Asians are built like Oompa Loompas, and I feel a lot better about myself.
What do you mean?
Now.
He had abs.
He did, but still, Oompa Loompa. All right, when he took his shirt off, his arms were really short, his head was really big, and his chest was meh. But this man is 6 feet tall. He looks like he's 5'2".
He does look short. He's 6 feet.
Yeah, he's tall.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna look this up right now. There's no way. He looks short as balls.
That's what I'm saying. Simu Liu.
Look, he looks short. There's no way he's 6 feet. Simu Liu. Oh shit! See, it's always listening. The very first thing popped up is height. He's 6 feet tall.
I told you, and he makes me feel good about myself because
5'11".
Oh, he's 5'11".
No, he's not.
Whatever.
He's 6 feet. I'm looking at it right now. He's 6 feet.
Whatever it is.
I'm looking at IMDb. He's 5'11".
IMDb is lies. It's full of all lies.
Really? Because where'd you get your information from? Wiki, where people can edit and augment all day.
I did get it. I got it from Sydney.
Well, all right, dude. But he still looks like what I look. I mean,
it's true. He looks short. I thought
he doesn't look like he's 5'11" at all.
I thought he was
5'11" is a little taller than the average. That's, I guess.
It's all Asian.
Yeah. I mean, not really, but not for a Chinese person.
Okay. So the cinematography, the cinematographer or the DP, the director of photography, he didn't film him in any particular way that makes it very flattering for him. So that's it. So I didn't realize that. That's funny. All right. Well, let's move on.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's funny.
If you wanna close your ears.
He also has a really big head.
Man, because we're gonna talk about the post-credit scenes real quick before we wrap it up. So cool. So Shang-Chi post-credit scenes. There's 2 of them. Did you see both of them, Squeezy?
Yep.
Good. Let's talk about the Avengers one. Go.
That's the one where you see the Hulk, right? Or you see the Hulk.
Yeah, you see Bruce Banner. You see Captain Marvel, and you see Wong.
And the chick from The Walking Dead and Black.
She wasn't there.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Okay, then she wasn't. But the most significant thing that stood out to me, the most significant thing for me, the standout was, I thought Bruce Banner was like part Hulk now. And his arm is still in the sling.
It's still, because it's permanently damaged. We know that. The question is, why is he no longer Professor Hulk? What happened?
Yeah. What happened? Are you
about to answer this? I think personally, it was just budget. It was budget. They didn't want to have to make a CGI Bruce Banner. Let's be reasonable. You know that's the reason why they did that. As soon as I saw that, I said budget, pure budget.
I guess that's two.
Budget.
There's two things that come out of that. It's
What?
budget, and there's us assholes that talk about it, and then they steal our stuff, and then they put it into the script for fan service.
Pretty much. So
And
it's budget. It's
please,
pure budget.
Please tell me what happens. Okay.
No, they're gonna have to explain because that's canon now. They have to explain what happened. He's gonna say, well, you know, after the Thanos snap, I couldn't maintain the form, and I fell apart. Maybe they'll explain it in the She-Hulk, but it's obvious. It's pure budget. They just did not want to do the motion capture for that. They didn't want to create a CGI. It's Professor Hulk, guaranteed. But what I want to get into though is, it says that Kamatage felt when Shang-Chi put on the rings for the first time, and there's a subatomic or whatever beacon going out into space. What do you think that's about?
Well, the best thing about these end credits is it gets you looking on Google. So I did search it.
Okay.
And apparently, so Marvel does have a universe for Shang-Chi, and it's a universe that neither Captain Marvel or Thor. I don't know about Thor, actually. I don't know about Thor. I can't say anything about Thor, but or Wang.
Yes,
Wang or Wang know about.
Right.
And it's like a dragon universe or dragon planet or something like that.
Yeah, different realm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. They're bringing in a new realm of dragons and a new set of bad guys. Hopefully,
the only problem about that though is that when they said that we came from a different realm, I go back to Doctor Strange where he's like, we protect the realm from otherworldly things. How do you not know about this other world? You know what I'm saying? Like that's they're gonna have to explain how this is separate than like it's not.
I mean, space is very vast. So I mean, they have that excuse, or they have, infinity is very vast. So
I guess
that is the explanation.
I guess
that is the card that they will pull out.
Yeah, they probably say that. Like that's what Captain Marvel said. I think I did the same thing. I googled it, and they say that's probably signaling Galactus.
Ooh. Galactus.
That's what they're thinking.
Really?
They're signaling Galactus. Yep.
There's so much more money to be made before bringing out Galactus, though. I don't know.
But I mean, after you have Thanos, you got to keep up in the ante. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who else. I mean, like how many more god tier bad guys that they got? They freaking destroyed Ego, and Ego would have been a great antagonist for the next phase because he's a celestial. But they got rid of him real quick. So like you got to be like really
they took away Peter Quill's powers, man.
Exactly.
They nerfed him hard. So Peter Quill would have been fantastic for this. And then aside from the point, that's another comment for another day.
So do you think that Shang-Chi's now because he's like Bruce Banner before he disappeared was like, welcome to the circus. Do you think that means that he's gonna be on the Avengers now? Flat, he just got offered the Avengers.
I hope so.
I hope not. He has to earn it.
I mean, no, I hope he does because then it will bring Aquafina and Trevor.
It will bring Trevor. Trevor.
It better.
What do you speak of that? You think Trevor stayed in Makalao or whatever it's called, Kung Lao Lao Pai? I think he stayed.
I think so too.
I think he stayed. I think he stayed there.
But like it just brings hope for him to come back. If not, at the very least, Aquafina. And I hope they keep her.
No, yeah, they're gonna keep her. She, this movie had a lot of promise. It's absolutely coming. It even said at the very end, which we're gonna get now. What do you feel about the final post-credit scenes? The fact that who we never talked about, he has a sister, by the way, and they were estranged, blah, 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 blah. She just wasn't really important to the story, which is why we don't bring her up. But at the end, they alluded to her. They had
her wear a completely different color costume than everyone else.
True.
Like everyone was wearing red and it's like, oh, let's go make you silver for some odd reason.
Well, to keep it so you knew that she's different. So what was I gonna say?
What?
So Shang-Chi at the end was like how his sister went to go dismantle the 10 rings. Where in the post-credit scene, you see that not only she's not dismantling it, she's rebuilding it and making it her own flair. And then at the very end, it said the 10 rings will return. So what do you feel about that? What do you think they're going with that?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited. Marvel is in the hunt for the next bad guy for the next, at least short term, until they fully assemble this set of Avengers.
Yeah.
Or whoever, Galactus or I don't know, Doctor Strange or whatever, whatever bad guys that they have looking forward. So like the 10 Rings is definitely going to be this season's version of who's the octopus one? The
Yeah.
It's
of Hydra.
Yeah,
You're
this
right.
season's Hydra.
You're absolutely right.
I think they tried to do it with like Iron Man 2 and 3, where they already had mentions of Hydra.
Right.
But hey, this is their Hydra until
you're right.
Until the Thanos level bad guy comes
You're absolutely
around.
right. So you're right. So the 10 Rings will be popping up in different things because they're going to be orchestrating things. I could see that because they even said how the 10 Rings infiltrated Hydra, which infiltrated Shield. So it's like 3 levels deep now. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
You know what else this does, right?
What
is it forces people to go back and watch all those old movies. Like, where else is 10 Rings mentioned?
Yep.
And, like it just goes, damn, Marvel's so.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good. They're very good putting Easter eggs. They know they want
money.
So, all right. Well, final thoughts on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings.
Go watch it.
I agree. That's all we need to say. Go watch it. It's a good time. Okay. And despite that we ruined it for Man, he will go see it.
I did not ruin anything.
And to apologize, I'm gonna take him to the movies myself and
watch it sober. Lots of Easter eggs.
So
we have a drink. Okay.
Yep. Exactly. So other than that, gents, we're about to wrap it up. You want to do your shameless promotions before we rock it out? Squeezy Bits, where can they find you?
Google me, Squeezy Bits, SQUEEZYBITS.
All right, Mr. Man, where can they find you and your sexy chest?
Nice.
Man.
I think he just put it on a background of.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys should watch this on YouTube.
What did you do? Did you turn off your mic?
Yeah, you told me to kill it because you guys were talking about something.
I said if you wanted to. Anyway, we're wrapping up. You piece of shit.
Well, I guess he did want to.
Famous promotion. We're
My bad.
Where can they find you?
All this controversy about no one following your commands, and I finally found
I didn't follow. It was a suggestion, not a command. Where can they find you?
Man on Facebook and Man17093 on Twitter, IG. And Man on YouTube because my channel apparently has been interesting lately.
Yes, it has been. He's putting all the shorties up there, which I will start doing now too. Now that I figured out how to do it. So me, Viberev Studios, VIBEREVS2DIOS. That's .com, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you want to be. Just find me, IG. You'll see Geek Bros and everything else that I produce. It's travel vlogs, other podcasts. There might be a web series here or there. Who knows? Check it out. There's new things coming on the pipeline with Man and I. So you should look forward to that too. I'm working really hard on that. I can't wait to debut the logo. So that's about it. You can find us, the Geek Bros, Instagram, Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0S. That's Instagram and Twitter. GEKBR0S at yahoo.com. Email us, please. Facebook.com, just Geek Bros with a 0. That's Facebook.com/GEEKBR0S. The first place you can listen to us every week.
No, not the first place. Were we supposed to do the first place? Oh, my bad. First place.
Damn it. WeBeGeeksPC.com. I swear, eventually we'll start getting regular again. But anyway, just listen to us. And of course, to watch this full uncut, I'm not cutting it up. Squeeze it, suck it. Okay.
Download this video and cut it myself and make it my content.
Make it your content. That's okay. Just make sure you give me credit in the description. YouTube.com/Viberev Studios to listen to the raw and uncut version of this and more. I appreciate your time. And so that's it for Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. And remember, geeking out still sounds this good.
Good? Oh, my bad. Was that? Oh.
I hate you, Squeezy Bits.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.